Carson from Beloiter here, your favorite producer, and we're going to be taking a look at Wipe My Eyes by Beloiter. This one is a funny one because we recorded it at such a weird time. I had just gotten out of surgery, so our studio was downstairs in my mom's office where everybody could hear everything. So they got pretty acquainted with the song. And while I was in recovery, we actually updated the setup a lot. We got this beautiful AKG C214 microphone, this Volt 476P audio interface, which is just to my side. What that pretty much does, for those who don't know, is it takes the audio from this microphone or maybe from like a guitar, cable, and it pretty much sends that into the Mac, or whatever computer you're using. But for us, this Mac, and sends it in nice and clean. We also got some Sony headphones, which a lot of the the big guns use. So pretty much this song was us kind of getting used to new equipment. So that's a cool little tidbit for you. So I guess let's listen. Let's get a little blast of the song.
We're on the phone, yapping about, saying things you never said aloud. I haven't smiled in 4 whole months, but when I'm with you, I've never faked it once. But I don't know what love's about. But I've hope I found it now.
So that's the first good chunk of Wipe My Eyes. Yeah, I guess let's start with the first thing you hear in the song, which is this pad. Just a nice little eases you into an otherwise kind of, I won't say heavier song, but it's pretty overwhelming if we just started
We're on the phone.
like that. It's kind of, so this to kind of ease you in.
We're on the
Helps a lot. The guitar bit was inspired by, like, just the strum, like how fast it's strummed, was inspired by a song called Sex by the 1975. I shouldn't be saying that. I'm just kidding. I really don't care. A song called Sex by the 1975. I'll play a little bit of that for you.
And this is how it starts.
So that very bow 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 bow. So that's where we get these guitars from. So there's those, and then also this kind of more high-end focused, cleaner guitar. So something to think about there. Man, I don't even know like where to go. I guess drums. So we start again. I've said this in all the production breakdowns, but we always start with the kit. So this is what the kit sounds like. We start off with just the snare. So to complement that little, that more rock inspired, um, you know, natural room sounding snare, we have this trap snare, and then this kind of boom bap sounding snare, kind of like almost broken in a way. Then vocals, which we'll get to later, and then we get into the second half of this verse where the
I haven't smiled in 4 whole months, but when I'm with you, I've never faked it once.
So what that is, it's this, not that snare. A kick comes in on the kit, and then we add a kick here. Very bassy, but also adds a lot of high end on that end part. So it's very, very bassy on the initial attack, but at the end it's kind of like a little fuzz on it. And then this rubber kick. It just, to me, it sounds like if you had like a flat-ish tire and just kind of beat it with a drumstick. Not that I've ever done that, but I assume that's kind of what it would sound like. And then electric piano, which, oh my goodness, do I love some electric piano. It's in If My Heart Could Talk a good amount. Obviously in here. It's in the next song that'll come out. And there's actually one song that we have that's, the main instrument is electric piano, just because I just love that instrument, that sound. And then, we go into this chorus.
I don't know what love's about, but I have hope I found it now.
So, I get this kind of happened accidentally when I was writing this song. We kind of changed keys. I realized that, I think when I wrote it, I noticed, the chords are doing something cool, but I eventually realized, I guess, let me turn the piano, and I'll show myself. Right here is this piano. Hope you can hear it. This is 4 half steps down, because there's a capo on the guitar, but pretty much, I got it played up here, is what we're in D for the verses. We're on the phone, yapping about, saying things we never said aloud. Loud. I'm not 100 loud. Anyways, all that to say, eventually we go from, but I don't know, in C. So we change keys from D to C, and then go back to D for the second verse, and then go back to C and stay in C for the rest of the song. So I'll go into more detail about that when that outro comes around. But yeah, so we change keys into C. And so I add some acoustic guitar. This song was written on acoustic guitar. Actually, what I have here, I didn't do this for Polaroid, by the way, but I have a couple, voice memos I kind of documented this one more. So if I can find the initial Wipe My Eyes. Man, it was a while ago. Yeah, okay.
We're on the phone, yapping about and sharing things we never said aloud.
Something like that. So it was written on acoustic guitar, so we brought in some acoustic guitar for the chorus just to kind of give it some just a little bit of sauce. Then some bass courtesy of Jacob. Yeah, so not really in time, but in the groove of the song, if that makes sense. Kind of, in the right time. Yeah, so that's pretty much all that's new in the chorus. And let me see if there's anything new in. Yeah, nothing new in the second verse. But then we get to the second chorus.
Oh no, what love's about. But I have hope, I found it now. And if this goes down in flames, there's one question that remains.
So before we get into the bridge where everything kind of blows up, we add this chippy guitar thingy. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah. Very, kind of like tickles. Like, in such a weird way. It, like, just, adds a really nice texture. Then we add these ukuleles. Just for pure vibe, I'm pretty sure. Not 100% what my thought process there was. I guess it just needed ukulele to kind of complement these acoustic guitars. Alright, then we go into the bridge where everything gets robust.
That remains. Could you still be the one to comfort me and tell me my wrongs?
System overload, it's a big, it really is a lot. So what we add, I guess I'll just go from top to bottom. We add this detuned acoustic to really kind of beef things up. So in context with the other acoustics, it sounds like this. Doesn't sound pleasant at all, but it does, it truly does. I'm just trying to unmute these. It makes
Could you still be?
that's really loud. Can't fix it. Okay, then these heavy rock, just absolutely disgusting sounding guitars. And actually the bass goes up an octave. And I guess what takes over, there are two things that take over the bass, and it's this synth bass, so this fake just patch, more legato, more each note is kind of played out, and then this 808, which I think you'll only be able to hear if you have headphones on. It's really deep. Really adds that atmosphere, that real makes it real big. Trying to see if there's anything before I get into electric uke, which I think just ukulele, run through an electric guitar amp, and then I think that's it, and it is time, ladies and gentlemen, to go and dive into these vocals. There's a lot of them, so bear with me. We start with the lead vocal, which I think if it'll play, I'll just play the entire thing.
Could you still be the one to comfort me and tell me my wrongs are right? Tell me sleep and not be the one to show me love. Because I don't know how to cry if you can't wipe my eyes.
My voice was very tired by the end of recording all these. I think I recorded that lead last. Just I'm not really 100% sure why, but I did. So lead, and then one on the left and right.
Could you still be?
And then what was harmonies, and then it just was more
Could you still be?
doubles on each side, and then a high octave.
Could you still be?
Amazing, some of my best work. And then some lows.
Could you still be?
Awesome. Then this was Jacob's idea, and I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but it's kind of cool. It's me singing behind a guitar.
Could you still be?
You can hear like the strings are shaking, like with the by the voice. Then this first gang vocal,
Could you still be?
which is just me and Jacob. We set up the mic and we went on like the opposite side of the room and just kind of yelled. So there's this one.
Could you still be?
And then one in your left ear.
Could you still be?
And one in your right ear.
Could you still be?
And then this is where again, because we pretty much what we did is we just did a bunch of different voices. So I guess we'll just see what comes up, because there are some silly ones.
Could you still be?
Yeah, that one we kind of just were like smiling really wide and like speaking through our teeth. So that was that one. And then these, I'm pretty sure, are some manly ones.
Could you still be?
Completely ignoring pitch.
Could you still be?
Yeah. And then I think this is the one I'm least excited to play. So we'll just,
Could you still be
yep. So
the one to comfort me? Tell me my wrongs are right, help me sleep at night, be the one to show me love. Because I don't know how to cry if you can't wipe my eyes.
I wanted to keep just the laughing in there because it's adds to the vibe. Can't believe. Okay, whatever.
Can you tell me?
Yeah. Plugging our noses.
The one.
So all those together. Let's see. Down to here.
Could you still be the one to comfort me and tell me my wrongs are right, tell me sleep.
I wonder. I've never like listened for it, but I wonder if you can hear the little laugh, because I couldn't take myself seriously doing that little kid is. I'm not gonna do it, but I don't think you can hear it. But yeah. So then, don't know how to cry if you can't wipe my eyes.
Still, I don't know.
Okay, so before we get into that, during that transition, we had this vinyl crackle. I don't know if you can hear it. Let's see if I can bring it up. Yeah. Just for, purely just texture. Let me unsolo that. And then the synth bass comes in. Yeah. Then this piano. And a fun little tidbit about this one is that originally this outro was on acoustic guitar. So if I can find that would be cool.
I don't know what love's about, but I have hope
very early demo. Eventually we changed to piano just because I don't know, felt like it. Yeah, so then we just go to this new guitar. Very has like a immediate echo to it. Very roomy. Then this whistle comes in. Much more in time and in tune than the one I played from the demo. And as the whistle comes in, so do these strings, which I absolutely love. I mentioned this in the Polaroid breakdown, but these are fake strings. And then the vinyl crackle comes back in as these guitars play. So I said I'd talk about the key change more at the end. That's because if I were to play the notes on piano for okay, so I'm gonna play again, keep in mind this is a couple half steps down. So I guess 2 whole steps down from what you hear, but so we're in D, so that's what it would be if we stayed in the original key. But so that's what it sounds like in the verses. But at this end part it's so it just changes. So all that to say, when I play the verse melody on the guitar at the end, it's a couple notes lower because of the key change. So just something to think about there. And I mean that's the song. I can't remember if I said this in the beginning. But we're gonna keep doing these for the next songs that come out because they were really these type of production breakdowns really influenced me, and they're what made me want to produce, and then I wanted to write, so I had songs to produce. So it was, I mean, very inspiring. So if I can do that for anybody else, offer any advice to anybody else, and kind of maybe set off a spark for anybody else, a passion, if you will. I mean, that's awesome. If not, I love going through these sessions and just finding the stuff that I really didn't think too much about. I saw this thing. I'm gonna kind of go on a tangent here. So again, some advice for songwriters or producers is to not overthink it. I kind of touched on that in the Polaroid about the structure, but just what you put in a song, don't overthink it. The reason, I saw this thing. The reason the Beatles' music is so good is because they didn't have time to overthink it and second guess themselves. They just said everything because they had to make an album in 2 weeks. So pretty much don't put a stop sign in front of yourself if you technically have a green light, so music advice or just life advice, don't overthink it, just go for it. And at least in music, if it goes wrong, you can always Command Z and retry. In life, not so much. So all that to say, thank you for watching. I hope to maybe help any writers or producers, mainly producers because production stream. But yeah, love you, Jacob loves you. We love you. And yeah, hope you have an amazing day.